3 players Indiana Fever could favor in 2026 WNBA Draft. The 2026 WNBA Draft Lottery is taking place on November 23rd, which means that there is a lot of buzz surrounding the upcoming draft right now. However, the lottery doesn't mean anything for the Fever, as it's only between the Minnesota Lynx, the Dallas Wings, the Chicago Sky, the Seattle Storm, and the Washington Mystics. The Fever will have the number 10 pick in that 2026 WNBA Draft. The good news is that this is expected to be a relatively deep draft class, which means that Indiana should have some compelling players to pick from at that point. While the Fever's roster could look very different by the time the draft occurs, which will likely be in April, one thing is for certain: Caitlin Clark and Aaliyah Boston will be on Indiana's roster in 2026. Therefore, it might make sense for the Fever to draft around those 2 star players, which likely means they'd want to select shooters who help space the floor, give Boston room to work in the paint, and be an option for Clark to pass to. With this in mind, we've picked 3 players the Fever could potentially select with that number 10 pick in the 2026 WNBA Draft. Gabriela Jaquez. In a November 21st article, ESPN WNBA insider Michael Vopel released a 2026 WNBA mock draft where he predicted they'd take South Carolina Gamecock center Medina Okote. He then said the Washington Mystics would select UCLA Bruins guard Gabriela Jaquez with the number 11 pick. One ex-user took a screenshot of this and wrote, "There's no reason that the Fever should pass on Gabriela Jaquez. Putting great shooters around CC and UB is a must." Frankly, this fan makes a great point. Jaquez is shooting 47.4% from three-point range this season and has proven an ability to create her own offense and be a reliable scoring option on a stacked UCLA roster. She would make a lot of sense for the Fever with this pick. Gianna Neepkins. Speaking of UCLA, which has 4 players that could go in the draft's first round, senior guard Gianna Neepkins would be another intriguing pick for the Fever. Like Jaquez, she is a very solid three-point shooter, having made 44.8% of her three-pointers last season. She's also a solid defender and has good size for a guard. Yarden Garçon. Maryland guard Yarden Garçon might be the most compelling potential draft pick of all. She's a guard that stands at 6 feet 3 inches, has never shot below 40% from three-point range in a college season, and is familiar with Indiana, as she spent the first 3 seasons of her college career at the University of Indiana before transferring to Maryland. A lot can happen between now and the draft, which will likely be in April, and there's a chance these 3 players won't be on the board when it's Indiana's time to make their pick. But if they are, the Fever should strongly consider taking either one of them. Recommended reading. This article was originally published on www.c.com, WNBA, Fever as 3 players Indiana Fever could favor in 2026 WNBA Draft.